Hi, me again. So today I'm going to talk about gold and silver. I'm always being asked similar questions, so I thought I'd put them all on video and hopefully it will help. So the 4 things we're going to go through today are what to get, where to get it, where to store it, and more importantly, where and when to sell it. So to begin with, what to get. Now, first of all, do not get paper gold or silver. So that would be things like ETFs, stocks, some mining companies. You need to be like an old pirate, and basically if you can't hold it, you don't own it. So you need to get the physical, tangible stuff. That then leads us to what type of gold or silver to get. So you need to stay away from bars. 99% of all the fake bullion on the planet is done in bar format, because what they do is they get like a big bar of tungsten, and then they coat it with gold or silver and make it weigh the correct amount. So when you come to sell it, it's going to be really hard, because the bullion dealer, and I used to be one, will get a zzz now and basically just drill through it just to see if it's got a tungsten core. And just by drilling it will obviously devalue that bar. So what you need to do is get 1 ounce gold or silver coins. So get the glove out here. So one of the things to remember is, I haven't opened this yet, with a bit of brute force it'll come undone. You need to get the 1 ounce gold or silver coins, because they are the least frauded or faked bullion out there, because gold and silver is so dense and these coins have a set dimensions and weight, it's very hard to fake it. And basically you can get a very sensitive electronic scale from eBay or somewhere, and it needs to be between 30.5 grams and 32.5 grams. Any lower than that, then it's definitely fake. So if it's lighter, it's definitely going to be fake. And 1 troy ounce is 31.103 grams. And also be careful not to touch it with your hands, because human grease naturally sort of decays it. So hopefully you can see this. So this is a silver Britannia coin. So it's a legal tender £2 coin, and this is what I would, if you're in the UK, I would highly recommend getting these silver Britannias, because it's the only form of silver there is which is capital gains tax free. So you won't have to pay a penny to the taxman. And it's really heavy. I mean, I feel like an old, this actually feels like money, as opposed to like the rubbish fiat currency in my wallet. So yeah, that is that. So that's what to get. 97% of my net wealth is in physical silver. I've fully loaded up on that, and I haven't got that much gold. And the reason being is that over the last 5,000 years, the gold to silver ratio has been around 1 to 15, and it's due to the price discovery mechanism. So back in the old days, for every ounce of gold they dug up out of the ground, they found 12 to 17 ounces of silver, depending what time in history and where in the planet they were mining. So the average has been 1 to 15. But due to artificial bank and price suppression, the gold to silver ratio is now 1 to 70. So even if this will go back to the 1 to 15, silver should go way above $100 an ounce. I'm going to put this back before I scratch it too much. And also, when you buy a whole bunch of silver, there's no point opening every tube. Just check one of them, and if it's all good, the rest will be fine. So this is going to be a bit awkward. I'm being very special here. I'll do that later. Yeah, get the silver Britannia 1 ounce coins. So where to get it? Now, there's a lovely lady called Sarah Nagashine. She runs a company called The Bullion Circle. I believe her website is currently being rebuilt and rebranded. So it's worth having a Google of her. But yeah, so basically get it from an online bullion dealer. Do not, whatever you do, don't ever get bullion from eBay. Never. And never from China. They're the world's biggest importers of gold and silver, and they're the world's biggest exporters of fake gold and silver. Go figure. So that's that. Where to store it? So first of all, your best security is tell no one, absolutely no one, that you own gold or silver, because when the shit hits the fan and gold and silver does its thing, you just don't want people knowing about it. I'm absolutely screwed in that manner, because everyone knows I've got it. I can get rid of this now. There's really 2 places you can store it safely. I mean, whatever you do, don't store it in a bank safety deposit box. They tend to go missing. Don't store it in a bullion vault or a bullion bank, because it wouldn't surprise me if gold and silver did its thing, the government will be like, right, I want to get my grubby mitts on this, on this profit. And they'll probably, if they ever did try and confiscate it, so to speak, I don't think they will, but if they did, they go straight to those bullion banks. like bullionvault.com or goldcore, etc. So what you need to do is either store it in your home, or a property which you own or your family owns, or an external storage company. So first of all, at home, dig a hole around sort of 7 feet, because the world's best metal detectors only go down to sort of about 4 feet, and then you could probably build a pond over it. Or you can store it around the house. I know some people put them in, in the fish tank and whatnot. But for peace of mind, I have mine in an external storage company. So for about £200 a year, you get £100,000 insurance, and you get a nice sort of sliver of a box. So you can get a whole bunch of them. And so I use one called Mint Securities in Leicester. They have 2 branches, and they're very security conscious. And a guy called John Connell, he's a realistic trader student as well. He just gets it, and he hasn't got a clue what's in his vaults. And you are the only person with access to your box. He can't touch it, and you basically own the deeds to that air, that space. So if the company goes bust, you still own that box. And don't worry about fire. Silver, gold and silver, they tend to melt at around 1850 degrees Fahrenheit. Most house fires burn at about 1300 degrees Fahrenheit. So you don't need to worry too much there. And when and where to sell it. So a good rule of thumb is when you see on the front page of the Sun newspaper, buy silver now, that's a good time to start exiting. And although you shouldn't buy from eBay, selling on eBay is actually a very handy place. When I was a bullion dealer, I used to have hordes of people that bought directly from me and then sold it directly on eBay. There's huge margins there, relatively speaking. Wait till every man and his dog and every taxi driver is going, oh, you need to buy some gold and silver now, and then you need to start slowly exiting. But whatever you do, don't look at the price. So I don't give a shit how many dollars per ounce gold or silver is. All I really care is about the house to silver ratio. So basically, when 800 ounces of silver equals a UK average price house outright mortgage free, I'm then going to start selling. I really do think it's going to go down to about the 400 ounces equaling a house, but I think I'll start exiting when 800 ounces equals a house. So I don't care about the price, because silver could shoot to the moon and houses stay the same price, and that ratio could happen. Or we have houses dropping, just tanking, or it'll probably be a mix of the both. When interest rates start rising rapidly, and they will, house prices will drop, gold and silver should shoot to the moon. So they're just 4 quick things. I hope it helps, and yeah, happy stacking.